When you need your blade sharpened, the best thing to do is have a couple of blades on hand so that you can take one off and then put on the new blade, and while that blade can be used for another 8 to 10 to 12 hours of use, then you take the blade you took off to the local hardware store, and most of the local hardware stores should be able to put a nice edge on you. And it's important, having a sharp blade not only keeps the plants healthy, but costs you less in fuel in the long run.
So the first thing I like to do is grab a piece of cardboard as something to lay down on. No matter how much you try to clean your concrete pad, it's always going to be dirty, and if that's a concern for you, this makes a nice surface to lay down on. One thing I like to keep with me when I'm changing blades and when I'm taking them off is a welding glove. You can pick these up at your local hardware store. A large rag works well. I like a glove because I can actually hold on to the blade. There's no chance of it slipping out of my hand. When you're taking a blade off, if you're not holding on to it, it's going to want to turn on you. You never want to use a socket to take a blade off if you're not holding on to it. When you're laying on your back trying to take a blade off, sometimes counterclockwise and clockwise becomes confusing. So what I do is before I use my tool, I'll make sure that it's loosening up or tightening down depending on what I'm doing, and I'll set it beforehand. So when I crawl underneath the machine, I'm already set up to do it. Okay. Now when you take them out, what I like to do is just mark it, right top on it, whatever helps you put that blade back in the same way. So I like to use the center block as something to hold the top of the mower down. This way you can access the blade safely. Just remember, with these small rotary mowers, you don't want to leave them tipped back for very long. Gas and oil can move on you and they'll start spilling out. So you remove your blade, move your tools to the side. You can lift up your cinder block and set the mower back down until you're ready to put your blade back on.